Hello, everybody. My name is Adrian from the Harder Soft F1 podcast, and these are my top 5 special liveries from the 2023 season. We've got the gorgeous Charles Leclerc as our background. Just kidding. Coming in at number 5, we've got the white style. It's not a white Ferrari, but it's the white accent Ferrari for the Las Vegas GP. For some reason, Ferrari always seemed to somewhat hold back when they do special liveries, but adding the white accent to the already gorgeous Ferrari just looks really, really beautiful, and under the Vegas lights, I just thought it looked so good. It's a huge upgrade from the bullshit yellow whatever the fuck they did from back in Monza. If you remember that, all they did was just add a little yellow stripe to their car when they were sort of teasing that they were going to go full yellow, but instead we got these McDonald's-ass uniforms. Coming in at number 4, we've got the Las Vegas GP once again, but this time it's Red Bull with their Las Vegas GP custom livery. Now, Red Bull held a contest this year where at 3 separate races, all of the American races, they were holding a contest for one fan to design a livery that they would use at the GP. And obviously, this is the one that they went with for the Vegas GP. And personally, out of all of the designs, the Vegas one just looked so good. And I mean, some people hate on the Red Bull livery. I personally love it. I feel like the colors just really, really pop, especially on the track. But this, I mean, it's just gorgeous. They hung that motherfucker from the ceiling, upside down. I mean, come on, that's Red Bull as fuck. Coming in at number 3, we've got the Williams Gulf livery. Now, in the past, Gulf has done liveries with McLaren. Typically, they would have sported that in like Monaco or something, but this year they went with Williams, and personally, I think it looks gorgeous. The light blue, the orange, it's just so different than something we're used to seeing on the Formula One track. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. And the Duracell battery sponsor that they had this year round, but I mean, it is just so cool. I cannot not talk about that. It's one of the most brilliant ad incorporations I've ever seen in sports. They use this livery in Singapore, Japan, and Qatar, and honestly, I kind of wish they had used it a little bit more, but Williams kind of killed it this year with their livery, so I don't really blame them, but the fact that they used it for 3 races, I think just shows how nice they thought it looked, and I agree. At number 2, we've got the McLaren Triple Crown livery. I mean, very simplistic design. You just added a little white, a little black, but it is just so clean, so nice. And unfortunately for McLaren, their upgrades had not quite kicked in by the Monaco GP, so it was not the fastest car on the grid by any means, but I think it was the most beautiful car on the grid by far. Before I hit you with the number 1 of the list, I'm going to give a couple of quick honorable mentions because there were a lot of great liveries this year. First honorable mention is the all-pink Alpine for the Bahrain and Saudi Arabian GP. I personally am not the biggest fan of the regular pink and blue Alpine, but this all-pink livery I think is just such a beautiful homage to the past teams that this current team has come from, and it just looked really good on the track, and I really wish they had just rocked this the entire year, personally. One last thing, guys, before my number 1 pick. If you like Formula One and you like racing and you happen to listen to podcasts, listen to our podcast, the Hard or Soft F1 podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can click the link in our description on TikTok to check us out and give us a listen. We've been going strong for over 2 years, 2 Formula One seasons under our belt, and we're just chugging along ready for 2024. So we're really just trying to get our names out there more. We're trying to bring in more fans to Formula One. So give us a follow and give us a listen. Thank you guys so much. Drum roll, please. The number 1 livery from the 2023 season of Formula One goes to Alfa Romeo with their Italian GP livery. Look at this thing and tell me it is not just one of the most beautiful pieces of machinery you have ever seen. I mean, if this thing was as fast as even Mercedes or Ferrari, it would probably be my favorite livery of all time. I mean, it is just so gorgeous, and especially bringing it out for Monza was just, piece de resistance. I don't know why I did a French term for an Italian car, but yes, I mean, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. This thing is just absolutely gorgeous. Such a beautiful homage to Italy and Monza. So yes, that is my number 1 pick for the season. I think it's going to stay my number 1 livery for a very long time, but we'll see. We'll see next year. Hopefully the teams are going to bring out some crazy shit next year. I'm pumped. So that's it. That is my number 1 pick. Did I include your pick? Did your pick make my top 5 list? Let me know. Comment. Let me know what your favorite livery is from the 2023 season. And if you're mad that I didn't include it, I'm so sorry. Just let me know what your favorite is. Just let me know. Also, guys, please don't forget, listen to our podcast, the Harder Soft F1 podcast. I'm a co-host along with my Canadian pen pal RJ. We're both huge Formula One fans, and we're just trying to bring more exposure to the sport and just build a community of Formula One fans, people that just love racing. So give us a follow, check us out, and thank you guys.